To West Africa now, where escalating tension in Ivory Coast, stemming from the nation's presidential election crisis, is forcing thousands of people to flee for refuge in neighboring countries. Doulé, a remote village in eastern Liberia, about 15 kilometers from the border with Ivory Coast, is where many Ivorians are fleeing for safety. The village is just one of several locations in Liberia, says the United Nations Refugee Agency, hosting an estimated 23,000 Ivorian refugees. Richard Ube came to Doulé with his wife and 9 other family members.
When we heard what was happening in Abidjan after the elections, we were scared. So we came at night. We spent some time in the bush, hiding, so we could come here. And we have some kids who are sick. Here, this one is sick, and those are my other kids.
Those arriving at the villages have to register to receive the first assistance package of blankets, jerry cans, buckets, kerosene lamps, and other basic household items. But the daily influx of refugees is straining the local population's meager resources and posing a challenge for aid workers trying to provide basic services and supplies to the refugees at the various distribution centers. Richard Ube says he's concerned about the lack of health care services, especially for his malnourished 7-month-old granddaughter, but he says he understands the challenges for the village.
We received a great welcome here at the beginning, but when you stay for a long time and there is nothing, you become a burden for your host. You can give once, twice, 3 times, but after that it becomes difficult. It's not easy to feed 10 people, 11 people, 12 people.
Spokesperson Fatuma Lejeune Kaba of the United Nations Refugee Agency says they plan to set up a camp where health and other basic services for the growing number of refugees can be provided.
Ici, leur arrivée massive, tout comme dans les autres villages libériens, crée une...
Here, their massive influx, like in all other Liberian villages, has led to humanitarian problems because they outnumber the locals and there is not enough drinking water, not enough medical supplies in the region to meet their needs.
The United Nations says more than 200 people have been killed in violence since the disputed November 28th presidential election, which many had hoped would end years of instability. Incumbent President Laurent Gbagbo has refused to hand over power to his rival, former Prime Minister Alassane Ouattara, who many now recognize as the legitimate president.